welcome back to another video. This is going to be a super fun video because one, it is our 1 year anniversary, my husband and I's 1 year anniversary, and two, we're making discard recipe. I know that is a fan favorite and it's honestly one of my favorite things to bake, so I'm very excited to be bringing you another discard bake, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it turns out really well. So like I said, it is our 1 year anniversary, and my husband's favorite thing next to steak and potatoes probably is garlic bread. He goes feral for garlic bread, so I'm gonna try making a sourdough discard pull apart garlic bread that I found. That is a total tongue twister, and I pray for future me that has to talk about this in the roundup. There's probably gonna be a few takes going on. But no, I'm super excited. I saw it on TikTok actually. One of my friends sent it to me, and I had put it on my list to make at a later date. And I said, you know what? This is the perfect time. So I am going to start making that today. I did a little peeky poo at the recipe, and I looked, and it looks like it's gonna be fairly simple to follow. Just a few ingredients. As always, I'll put the recipe down below if you want to try it, and hopefully I can see some of your bakes in a post that you tag me in, or just a DM that you send me on Instagram or TikTok. Like, I just love getting y'all's messages or comments or anything. So if you do end up trying this recipe out, please send it to me. Send me a picture of what yours looks like and let me know how you got on with it. I love hearing back from y'all. But yeah, I'm just super excited to get started and get back into the baking videos. I told you I missed doing that so much. The past few months have been an adjusting time for me. So getting back to my roots, I'm very excited. And I just can't wait to bake with y'all again. This was something I was trying to get done like the day of. So I will be doing a voiceover, but in future videos, let me know if you prefer a voiceover where you just see me, baking the product and talking over it after the fact, or if you'd rather have like a more interactive baking time. I love both options. I think talking to you as I'm doing is a little more authentic, whereas like a voiceover, I can kind of just mindlessly do the act and then, come back and say the appropriate words after the fact to explain what's going on. So if you prefer that method more than you prefer me just like simply talking to you as I'm doing it, let me know. I'm open to both. I'll probably sprinkle in a little bit of both options, but like I said, this one was a little more of a time crunch, so I couldn't sit, talk, and do it. I actually did it on my lunch break. So that is what we are doing today, and I am so excited to get back into it. So without further ado, let's get started in the video. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to ask you to please disregard was the past 3 minutes where you saw the cut on my face. Before I filmed that part, I actually scratched my face and cut it. So that is what you're looking at. And I honestly am just so tired from the week that I don't want to refilm that, and I hope you all understand. Also, I don't know how this keeps happening, but most of my videos get recorded in slow-mo, so you'll see just like this laser beam, something you'd see in a nightclub lighting that happens. And luckily I caught it 2 or 3 clips into this entire video, so you didn't have to suffer. But if you'd watch my previous videos, I think 3 or 4 videos back, something along the lines of that, you will see the same type of lighting, and I am so sorry for that. We're gonna get better, I promise. But I am just so happy to be back and doing this with you all. I got so excited filming things that I literally filmed a time lapse. Like, who am I? Who do I think I am? But honestly, like I said in the beginning of the video, like, this is my favorite thing to do, and this is what I started out doing, and I just love going back and doing all the things that I enjoy. The reason I started this channel in general, I think I've kind of strayed from that, and I miss it dearly. And so we are back today with another discard recipe video. Like I said, we're doing this pull apart, and there's just something about, for me, I've said it before, but I truly mean it watching this back, there's just something about sourdough getting poured, like a good sourdough pour, that really does it for me. Like, it just brings me back and reminds me of why I'm doing what I'm doing, because that is so beautiful. And the fact that it literally grew from absolutely nothing, just flour and water, always boggles my mind. It's just so gorgeous. And man, I wish you guys could smell it. There's something about the smell of sourdough that really just centers me. I don't know. That sounds kind of foo-foo, but honestly, anytime I'm able to get my hands dirty with sourdough is my favorite thing in the entire world. It's funny to say that now, like 6 months after starting my sourdough journey, but I genuinely mean that. Like, it brings me so much joy, and anytime I can get my hands dirty in sourdough, I am there. At this point, I'm like, someone please just want bread so I can make it, you know? I've just missed it that much. And I've mainly been doing orders, like I said in previous videos, but it was so good to come back to this. And if y'all could smell smells that I was smelling during this process, like, it was unreal. I promise you. The garlic was just so good. Are you the type of person that puts garlic powder on everything? Be honest, because I actually don't put garlic powder on everything. I put garlic salt. I don't know if that is just something that is ingrained in me from childhood till now, or if I am a part of a larger group that I had no idea about. And if I am, can I join your club? Because my husband doesn't understand the garlic salt phenomenon, and I don't understand it either, if I'm honest. It's my favorite thing. I think it's Lowry's, and it has the parsley within it. So, like, it's garlic salt with parsley. I wish I had it out and I could show you, but I promise it is so good. It's just one of those things that if it's not in my meals, I don't enjoy my meals. I know that sounds dramatic, but it's true. It's so stinking good. You've seen me just kind of setting up the dough here. I used sourdough discard, and like I said, the recipe will be down below. If you do end up making it, please let me know. But it was a fairly simple dough recipe by standards of previous things that I've made. It was just, butter, milk, discard, and then you had the natural herbs. I imagine if you use like fresh cut herbs like it suggested, I didn't, this would be a little bit better. It would smell better, it would look better, and it would probably come together a little bit better, but I was working with what I had on hand. I didn't preemptively get the ingredients for this thinking I was going to make this. I literally had it all at my house. So again, super easy recipe. It's not something that you have to go out of your way for. You usually, or you should, 90% have this recipe already at home. So it's nothing like you have to, set up and go to the grocery store to get. I feel like most of the things you'll have at your house already. But as I was saying, like, I just put in the butter and the parsley as well as the garlic powder, and then kind of just combined it all in my sweet stand mixer that has seen better days, and then just rolled it out on a smooth surface and kneaded it. And kneading is my favorite thing. If you've been here for a little while, I just think food that you can get your hands dirty and actually work with it is my type of food, and that is why I'm in the baking space, because I just genuinely love using my hands. I think that's how all food should be. If you're not using your hands, then what are you doing? No, but now I'm just going to set this to rise for, I believe it was like 30 minutes to an hour. I had meetings. I told you I started this on my lunch break. I had meetings until the end of the day, so I literally just set it down for like an hour and then came back to it, started doing the topping for the bread itself. As it was rising, it said to do that, but I, again, was in meetings, so I came back when the hour was up, and I did, I believe it was like 8 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and then put that in the microwave and added the garlic powder and the parsley, and then mixed all that together. Actually, you don't put this bit in the microwave. I just remembered that. Sorry. Again, the recipe will be down below. I'm just kind of narrating what's happening at the moment, and I don't remember correctly because this was a hectic day, to say the least. But again, like I said, it was just like a spur of the moment thing, so I didn't set out to make this. I just kind of whipped it all together, and I think maybe if I had, it would have turned out a little bit better. You have already seen the end result in the beginning of this video, so it wasn't a total smash. I think there was a few factors that led into that, and I don't really want to go into why I think it was wrong or what happened. I don't want to start speculating. I think the flavor-wise, it was really, really good, but if you're looking at it, it's not going to look like the picture from my point of view. So I think there are definitely some things that can be improved, and I will speak on those if you want to know them in my July baking roundup video. Yeah, I'll just speak about that then, and we can really get into the nitty gritty. And that's where I usually do those. If you haven't seen any of those videos before, it is just a monthly roundup of all the bakes that I did, talking about the top bakes, what I would recommend you make if you are short on time and you don't want to watch all the previous videos before. I kind of give you just a synopsis, a little summary, and then I give you some bottom bakes and how I think those can be improved. From my point of view, it's never, in my opinion, the recipe person's fault, the author's fault. If anything, it's just a me problem, and I'm able to identify the issues looking back, and that's a main reason why I actually record these, because I'm able to see what went wrong in real time. That is the great thing about this, actually. But just ways I would improve it, and if you were to try it, maybe reading it incorrectly led to this from my point of view, just kind of giving you some advice on what I found as I was working through the recipe. Super simple, super fun. It's my favorite thing because it makes me feel like I accomplished a lot in the months leading up to it. And yeah, it's just a fun time. I love it. I have a few out already. More packed months have existed than the past few months, and that's, like I said, just kind of an adjusting period. But this was the hardest part I found, was adding the topping. I didn't read it, honestly, that it said I needed to keep some, so I just made another batch of this and then laid it out all on top. But you see, it's kind of just like not fluffy. I did have like 4 or 5 extra when I was making this, and I think maybe if I added all that dough together, it might have puffed up a little bit more, but it just wasn't looking the way that it should have been. But you know what, that's okay. He still ate it. He still enjoyed it. We had a great anniversary, and honestly, it was a great introduction or reintroduction back to discard recipes, and I'm so excited to have you all back and start baking discard recipes again. I know I always say this, but I'm genuinely just so happy that you all chose to be here with me today and learn about the things that I'm making on a normal random Tuesday. It's just the best thing, and I'm honestly so grateful that you are here. I love you guys so much, and I will see you all in the next one.